So a lot of people have been coming to me asking me, like, Bruce, what do you think of all this stuff that they're saying about Eddie Hearn and buying up all these tickets and how the LDBC and these Wilder fanboys is trying to discredit Anthony Joshua, talking about he ain't do this, he ain't do that, and they're buying up the tickets and reselling them and all this other stuff. And, you know, when I first heard about it, when I first seen it, I just thought it was hilarious. You know, the first I really heard about it and seen it was when I stopped on my man Sporting Icons channel. And I just laughed it off. I thought it was extremely pathetic shit because, number one, these are grown men doing something like this. And not only that, I thought it was really sad, too. Like, all jokes aside, I just thought it was generally sad. And that's from the bottom of my heart. I thought it was sad, but it was funny, and I just laughed it off. But, you know, people kept bringing it to me, man, like, what do you think about it? Like, I can't wait to see your video on it. I wasn't going to do a video on it at all because I just thought it was laughable. I was like, it's just a bunch of grown men crying. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing a hissy fit. You know what I'm saying? What's new? That's what they do, right? You know? But, you know, after, you know, people kept saying it to me and I started looking around on YouTube and I just started to see all this stuff. Oh, Anthony Joshua is a fake. His career has always been fictitious. He's not a real champion, blah, blah, blah. The same old regurgitated crap, and how Eddie Hearn is buying up the tickets and they're scamming people and they're trying to make him seem like he's bigger than what he is. And Anthony Joshua's not a bigger star than Deontay Wilder and all this other stuff. And I started seeing it and I was like, man, this is a sickness. This is a disease. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe these guys is going this far to make up to excuses. But, you know, whatever people need to do to make themselves feel better and sleep at the end of the night, hell, it's okay with me because I sleep good. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy being on a winning team. You know what I'm saying? I like winners, you know, but that's how it is. But people want to know my opinion about it. And, you know, what's my counter to that, you know? And my counter is very simple. You know what I'm saying? People are missing the big point of this entire thing. Don't get wrapped up in all that ticket crap that they're talking. You know what I'm saying? Don't get wrapped up in that. But we're going to have to entertain it for a minute. So let's go ahead and just entertain it. At the end of the day, no matter how they want to look at it, no matter what narrative they want to push, no matter how they say it was accomplished, okay, at the end of the day, the record is broke. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't take it back. It's in it. It's in the history books. What was it achieved by? You guys can argue about that all day long, but it does not matter because at the end of the day, the record is broke. That's history. You're not going to be able to take that back. No video that you can do, no amount of rebuttals that you can come up. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Vin Diesel said in Fast and the Furious. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And at the end of the day, that record is broke. There's nothing you can do. You can cry about it, but he's still going to retain that record. And that's just the fact. Now, do I think Anthony Joshua outsold Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't see, because it depends on what you talk about. I haven't done the legwork for it, but it depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about ticket sales or pre-ticket sales? See, it's a lot of stuff in between lines that people use to try to run their game on people. And just see, these YouTubers use the media like they use us. They think we dumb. You know what I'm saying? And they think they can throw anything on you and you'll basically go for it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like when you fake throw a ball with a dog and the dog turns around and start running and looking until he realizes you didn't throw anything. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what they do to us. You know what I'm saying? Just to make us look, you know? So, but, you know, I don't see no reason why, because if you're talking about ticket sales and stuff like that, do I think he beat a Michael Jackson? Hell no. Hell no, I don't think he beat no Michael Jackson. And I'm just keeping it straight down the middle. I don't care who I offend. I've always offended both sides. That's my life. So whatever. Now, when it comes to Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, okay, why not? But it depends on what you're talking about. Sales or pre-ticket sales. I don't know the numbers. I ain't did the legwork for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I will say this. Why couldn't he have broke Muhammad Ali's and Joe Frazier's pre-ticket sales? Why couldn't he? The technology then that we have now, they didn't have then. You know what I'm saying? You literally had to put your shoes on and coat and literally go make a transaction physically to go get those tickets or have somebody go do it for you. Right now, we can sit on our ass and pop open our laptop and get online and order some shit and it's done. That's just common sense right there. You know what I'm saying? It's more easier and convenient to get shit done. So yeah, shit can sell like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very plausible that he broke the pre-ticket sales record from Ali and Joe Frazier. It's very likely. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the technology, everything is within an arm's reach now. You know what I'm saying? Way more than it was back when Ali, I mean, you ain't have all that online stuff. I mean, get real. So why not? You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion on that. But like I said before, we are getting wrapped up in the wrong thing. Let's do this. Okay. Let's take on all the negative stuff that they're saying about Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. All the stuff the LDBC and all these hate ass channels are saying about Anthony Joshua. Let's be big and let's take it on. All right. Let's take it all on. All right. Let's say it's all true. All right. Whatever. Okay. Just like I told y'all before, you can't take that record back. The record's been broke. All right. And not only that, and this is the most important part, and this will split the skin through all 5 layers down to the bone, straight down to the bone marrow. So I hope you guys are paying attention, because like I said, I will always arm the troops. I will always give you guys something that you can go back to the battlefield with, you know what I'm saying, and decapitate motherfuckers. Because people are missing the big picture. They can argue about that crap all day, and this is what it is. Anthony Joshua is a British UK champion. Okay, never fought over in America. Let me say that again. He is a British UK champion. Okay, never fought over here in America. Deontay Wilder is an American champion. A sorry one, but he is an American champion. Deontay Wilder also has been boxing and been a professional and been a champion longer than Anthony Joshua. Okay, now listen very close to what I am fin to say. Okay, Anthony Joshua, coming from the UK to the United States for the first time, is performing at Madison Square Garden. Let me say that again. Coming off the bus, Anthony Joshua, for his first time fighting in America, is performing at Madison Square Garden. Did you get that? Do you know what that means? Madison Square Garden is the most famous arena in the world. Period. Madison Square Garden has held some of the most iconic and historic music events in history. Okay? In history. People work their entire life to perform at the Madison Square Garden. Do you know what they say once you make it to the garden? You know you have arrived. And this kid, little old British champion, coming over here from the UK, is performing at the biggest arena in the world, and especially in America, period, for his first fight. Do y'all not understand the ramifications of what he's doing? Do you guys not understand the altitude and how high he's flying? Do you know what that is saying? Promotion-wise, media-wise, he's going to be in the media capital of the world, performing at the biggest arena in America and in the world. Everybody knows Madison Square Garden all around the world. It's like going to see the Statue of Liberty or something like that. Or when people when they go to China, they want to go see the Great Wall of China or the Eiffel Tower in Paris. That's what Madison Square Garden is. People work their entire life to do what he's finna do in his first fight. Not just boxers, musicians, comedians, and everybody else. To perform at Madison Square Garden is saying everything you need to be said about your career. You have made it. You are the one. And one thing happens for sure. If you can make it to the Garden, you've made it. But after you perform to the Garden, however bright your star was shining, it's amplified by 200. That is a fact. Read about the Madison Square Garden. Read about it. Find out what that represents. So when you say who's more popular, how does this guy come from another damn country for his first fucking fight and he performs at the Madison Square Garden? See, all that ticket shit, fuck that shit. That's irrelevant as hell. He's performing at Madison. It's the same thing that you hear them say on all them hating ass boxing channels. You mean to tell me he sold out this over this person? Do you not know what Madison Square Garden is? It's the this. Exactly. It's all those things that you said it was. So when it comes to being popularity and you're trying to compare him to Deontay Wilder, what does it say when this guy comes across the pond and he performs at our biggest arena in the fucking country? That boy is big. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss the fight where Deontay Wilder performed at the Madison Square Garden? You guys didn't see that coming. Y'all missed that. Went straight over your head, didn't it? See, it's easy how you can get caught up in bullshit and don't really mean nothing. That record's already broke. I don't care how they obtained it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's broke. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you could do. But you guys want to get caught up in this. But while they're taking attention off the fact that it's the Madison Square Garden, you retard. Listen, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Not in America. And like I said, everybody knows about the Madison Square Garden all around the world. Do you know how important it is to... Man, listen to Sammy Davis Jr. when he finally got to perform at the Madison Square Garden. That was the pinnacle of his life. With him and Frank Sinatra and all that. Dude, he was like, I knew I made it then. When you get to Madison Square Garden, you know you've made it in your profession. That's the same thing when Jay-Z performed the Black Album concert. You know what I'm saying? And you hear what he say? He's like, man, I feel like a fucking Beatle. He like, man, I sold out Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how big? And Jay-Z's from New York. And he was scoped. He's from New York. And even he had to brush off his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Even he was impressed. That was a monument from him. And he's from New York. This guy is from the UK. The UK. Coming over here, getting a red carpet rolled out on that ass. Seriously, when that motherfucker come down the aisle, they need to do the Coming to America shit. They need to be throwing the roses down. You know what? He even need to have the music that Eddie Murphy had it coming. You know what? I'm gonna push for that. You know what I'm saying? If I could find somebody to know Anthony Joshua, I was like, dude, it will warm my heart and I will die laughing forever. I'll be in my coffin with a smile if he actually came out and that was his fucking ring walk music. Man, dude, the crowd would go nuts. And y'all know it would. I can hear him now. Don't be giving this motherfucker no ideas. Come on. Man, whatever, man. Well, whatever. You know, and everybody always talk that shit to me, man. I keep telling y'all, I reserve the right to like who I like. And what's not to like about the guy? You know, I wish there was something about Deontay Wilder that I can give him a compliment on. I've actually sat here and I actually thought about it. I was like, you know what? What can I say about Deontay Wilder that's positive? And I ain't got nothing other than he takes care of his daughters. You know what I'm saying? And he takes care of his family and whatnot. That's the only positive thing I can say about it. I don't hate Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder is not a likable person to me. He too jealous. And most of that, he disrespects boxing. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that y'all be saying to me be fucking blowing my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I even read a comment. Somebody said, well, you know, Bruce doesn't like African Americans. I'm like, what the fuck? honestly, I feel like the Andre Ward of YouTube. I'm dead serious. I feel like the Andre Ward of YouTube, man. Because the same shit that they crucify him for is the same shit y'all will crucify me for. The criticism of Deontay Wilder and the fact that I don't have the skin complexion that qualifies me to be 100% black guy or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know. But anyways, at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to look at it for what it is. Don't get caught up in that bullshit that they talking about. So that is your sword to take to the field. That is your magazine clip to load into your gun. Okay. Don't go back and forth with these guys about how the tickets were sold. The record's broke. Okay. Read them in wheat. Tell them that. Read them in wheat. And then bring up the fact that our boy is performing at Madison Square Garden, the biggest arena that you got in your country. Okay. It's a staple in somebody's career. I'm saying, just read up on it yourself if you don't know. But the fact that this kid coming from Liverpool, I don't know where Anthony Joshua comes from, Brixton or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And in his 5-year career, his first fight in America, he lands at the Garden? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. All that shit y'all talking is irrelevant. The point is, he's performing at the Garden. Hey, and Big Baby Miller is one of the most luckiest fighters out there. He from Brooklyn. Dude, most boxers will never get to perform and fight at the fucking Garden, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a chance to, shit, be a star for the day, even with a loss. You know, but at the end of the day, that ticket shit is irrelevant. The fact is, you got this kid coming over here from the UK performing at the most famous arena in the world. It is. It is what it is. And your American heavyweight champion ain't never set foot in that bitch. Why do you think that is? Because he is not bigger and as popular than Anthony Joshua. And let me end it on this. The reason why you Wilder fanboys and you LDBC channels are always have to be on the defensive. The reason why the UK has been making y'all look stupid time after time. Every time y'all attempted to shit on Anthony Joshua, his star rose higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Every fucking time. This is why you guys are losing and what you don't understand. Anthony Joshua is money. When they look at Anthony Joshua, everybody sees the money. Deontay Wilder will never be as big as Anthony Joshua because when you look at Deontay Wilder, he does not represent money. Bullshit walks and money talks. Bruce Vane, I'm out.